Ukraine Prime Minister resigns amid government reshuffle. According to Reuters and the Associated Press, Ukraine's Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal resigned on July 15, 2025, as part of a major government reshuffle in Kyiv. This move opens the door for President Zelensky to consolidate power or adjust his wartime administration, potentially impacting the country's strategic direction amidst ongoing conflict with Russia. Such a high-level change during wartime suggests a response to internal pressures or a strategic realignment, affecting policy consistency and military aid utilization. Netanyahu faces pressure as coalition partner quits Israeli government. According to Reuters and the Associated Press, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is under mounting political pressure on July 15, 2025, after a key party quit his governing coalition. This development, reported from Jerusalem, threatens the stability of his government and could have significant implications for ongoing military operations in Gaza and broader regional diplomatic efforts. Political instability in Israel often correlates with shifts in military strategy, complicating international mediation efforts. Israel strikes Syrian city, vows protection for Druze community. According to Reuters and the Associated Press, Israel struck military tanks in the Syrian city of Sweda on July 15, 2025, amidst clashes between government forces and Druze militias. Israel stated its intent to protect the Druze community, escalating tensions in southern Syria and highlighting the complex regional dynamics involving various armed groups and international actors. This intervention, based on protecting an ethnic group, could signal a shift in engagement rules, potentially drawing more parties into the conflict. French PM unveils Austere 2026 budget plan. According to Reuters and the Associated Press, French Prime Minister François Bayrou presented the main elements of his 2026 budget on July 15, 2025, proposing a €43.8 billion, $50.88 billion, budget squeeze. The plan includes scrapping 2 public holidays and freezing most public spending, signaling a strong commitment to fiscal austerity amidst economic challenges. Such measures, while politically unpopular, reflect a broader European trend towards fiscal consolidation in response to persistent debt. U.S. tariffs threaten to reshape Europe's export model. According to Reuters, an analysis published on July 15, 2025, indicates that a potential 30% U.S. tariff would hammer trade and force Europe to rethink its export model. This highlights the significant economic impact of protectionist policies on global supply chains and trade relationships, particularly between major economic blocs. This scenario suggests a potential paradigm shift in global trade, moving away from established multilateral frameworks towards more bilateral approaches. China's economy grows robustly amid easing U.S. tariff pressure. According to the Associated Press, China's economy grew at a robust pace on July 15, 2025, as a trade truce eased pressure from U.S. tariffs. This indicates a positive economic outlook for China, suggesting that reduced trade tensions can significantly bolster economic performance and stability in the Asia-Pacific region. The correlation between eased tariffs and robust growth underscores the interconnectedness of global economies and the sensitivity of major economies to trade policy. EU fails to approve new Russia sanctions. According to Reuters, the EU failed to approve new Russia sanctions on July 15, 2025, with the ball now in Slovakia's court, as stated by the EU foreign chief. This impasse highlights divisions within the European Union regarding the severity and scope of punitive measures against Russia, potentially weakening the bloc's unified stance on the Ukraine conflict. This internal disagreement could be exploited by Russia, weakening existing sanctions' effectiveness. Russia, Iran, China intensifying UK operations, police warn. According to Reuters, UK police reported on July 15, 2025, that Russia, Iran, and China are intensifying life-threatening operations in the UK. This warning from London underscores growing national security threats from state actors, including espionage, cyber attacks, and other covert activities, necessitating heightened vigilance and counterintelligence efforts. This suggests a coordinated increase in intelligence and influence operations by these powers against Western targets. Most U.S. stocks slump, Nasdaq nudges record on Nvidia gains. According to the Associated Press, most U.S. stocks slumped on July 15, 2025, but Nvidia's performance nudged the Nasdaq to another record high. This mixed market performance reflects investor caution in broader sectors, while strong demand for AI-related technology continues to drive growth in specific high-tech companies. This divergence highlights a concentrated market rally driven by specific high-growth tech sectors, potentially masking underlying economic vulnerabilities. Bitcoin soars as U.S. Congress begins Crypto Week. According to Bloomberg, Bitcoin soared on July 15, 2025, as the U.S. Congress began its Crypto Week. This surge indicates investor optimism surrounding potential regulatory clarity or favorable legislation for cryptocurrencies, reflecting the increasing mainstream attention and institutional interest in digital assets. The strong reaction to congressional activity suggests the crypto market is moving beyond speculative retail trading to be more influenced by institutional and regulatory frameworks. Japan's 10-year government bond yield rises to highest since 2008. According to Bloomberg, Japan's 10-year government bond yield rose on July 15, 2025, reaching its highest level since 2008. This increase signals potential shifts in the Bank of Japan's ultra-loose monetary policy or growing inflation expectations, impacting borrowing costs and the broader financial landscape in Asia. This rise challenges the Bank of Japan's yield curve control policy, suggesting market forces are pushing against efforts to keep rates low. China Vanke reports potential widening of first-half loss. According to Bloomberg, China Vanke, a major property developer, announced on July 15, 2025, that its first-half loss may widen to $1.67 billion. This news from China highlights the ongoing challenges in the country's real estate sector, which continues to grapple with debt issues and sluggish demand, posing risks to broader economic stability. The struggles of large developers reflect systemic issues, potentially leading to broader financial contagion. Nvidia resumes sales of AI chips to China. According to the Associated Press, Nvidia will resume sales of its highly desired AI computer chips to China on July 15, 2025. This development signals a potential easing of U.S. export restrictions or a successful adaptation by Nvidia to comply with regulations, impacting the global AI supply chain and China's technological advancement. This move suggests either a successful workaround by Nvidia or a strategic shift in U.S. policy, highlighting the difficulty of completely decoupling tech supply chains. Meta to build gigawatt-size data centers for AI capabilities. According to Bloomberg, Meta plans to build gigawatt-size data centers on July 15, 2025, to boost its AI capabilities. This massive infrastructure investment underscores the escalating demand for computational power to support advanced AI models and the significant energy requirements associated with this technological frontier. The sheer scale of these data centers points to the enormous energy consumption required for future AI development, putting pressure on energy grids. Panasonic aims for full output at Kansas battery plant in 2025. According to Bloomberg, Panasonic aims for full output at its Kansas battery plant in 2025, as reported on July 15, 2025. This development is crucial for the electric vehicle (EV) industry, particularly in the United States, as it boosts domestic battery production capacity and supports the transition to sustainable transportation. This move supports the U.S. government's efforts to localize EV supply chains and reduce reliance on foreign manufacturers. Tesla debuts in India, cars likely too costly for most. According to the Associated Press, Tesla debuted in India on July 15, 2025, but its cars are likely to be too costly for most Indians. This entry into a major emerging market highlights the challenges of luxury EV penetration in price-sensitive economies, requiring strategic adjustments to pricing or product offerings for broader adoption. This illustrates the strategic imperative for global EV manufacturers to enter large emerging markets, even if initial penetration is limited. Hong Kong plans to regulate Uber and other ride-hailing services. According to the Associated Press, Hong Kong plans to regulate Uber and other online ride-hailing services on July 15, 2025. This move reflects a global trend of governments seeking to formalize and control the burgeoning gig economy, addressing issues of fair competition, driver welfare, and consumer safety in the digital transportation sector. This regulatory move is part of a worldwide pattern where authorities grapple with the disruptive nature of gig economy platforms.